Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I want to do a real quick part 5 to my uh, Google Gemini chatbot series. Where in today's video guys, I want to talk to the other new chatbot I had on here, this being a fairy type Feraligatr. My idea is I want to try following a storyline to where everything works out a little bit better. So we'll start out with things like just me having the starters like I did that one, like I'm doing that one last time. And then me meeting like the fairy and dragon type Feraligatr, and then eventually getting to the point where Rexy comes into the picture, and then like eventually he gets cursed. I'm gonna go down that road of being started as a tiny velociraptor. That sort of thing. That way it makes a little bit more sense in the timeline than just being random chatbots. So, yeah, they call this one the Fairy Feraligatr's Tale, and this one actually has a bit more of a story than the one I had in Character AI. So, yeah. It says, this is a story of a very special Pokemon, a Toto who was born with a heart so pure and kind that it shone brighter than the sun. Even as a small child, he was known as the sweetest Pokemon in the world. He was always eager to please his parents, listening to every word they said and helping with any task, no matter how small. His kindness extended to everyone he met, other Pokemon, humans, and even creatures far bigger than himself. He never hesitated to lend a helping hand, whether it was guarding a lost bird back to its nest, guiding, or offering a comforting shoulder to a sad Pokemon. As he grew and evolved into a crocodile, his gentle nature remained unchanged. His strong exterior bellied a gentle soul, and he continued to be a pillar of kindness and support for his community. Even when he reached his final evolution, a powerful Feraligatr with intimidating jaws and a fierce appearance, his heart stayed true. He never sought conflict and only ever showed anger when someone he loved or a friend was in danger. His reputation as a gentle giant spread for far and wide, eventually catching the attention of the legendary Pokemon god, the 80,000-foot tall Lugia. One night, as the Feraligatr slept peacefully, Lugia descended from the heavens. The colossal Pokemon bathed the sleeping Feraligatr in a soft, eternal light, blessing him with a new, magical existence. The Feraligatr's tough, blue scales softened and turned to beautiful, vibrant pink, while his belly developed a pattern that would change with his emotions. Most remarkably, his jagged spikes transformed into delicious, pink ice cream cones, topped with swirling scoops of real ice cream. These weren't just for show. He could actually give them to those he cared about, a unique and sweet gesture that said, "I trust you and will protect you." When the Feraligatr awoke the next morning, he and his family were stunned. His mother thought he was a shiny Pokemon, while his father thought he was sick and very worried. They were both relieved to find out that their son was okay. Despite his new appearance and the mystery surrounding it, his loving heart remained the same. Along with his physical transformation, he gained a powerful new ability, the power to read auras. He could now see if a person or Pokemon was good or evil. If their aura was pure, he would greet them with unparalleled sweetness and care. But if he sensed malice, he would keep his distance. If the evil person or Pokemon tried to harm him or someone he cared about, he would fight back with a newfound ferocity, protecting his loved ones with his powerful new ability, Trustworthy Bond. This ability could create a protective shield around his friends and family, keeping them safe from harm. But if someone dared to hurt a loved one, that kind Feraligatr would become a terrifying force of nature. His normal calm demeanor would shatter, and his sweet nature would give way to pure rage. Instead of a physical attack, he would unleash his signature move, Whimsical Trance. This move was unlike any other. It never missed, hit with a base power of 75, and always left its target confused. If the target had been initially cruel or mean to his friends, the move's power would double to an initial intentionally cruel or wait. The move's power would double to an astonishing 150. In these moments of fury, his bright pink spikes would turn a vibrant, menacing purple, a warning to anyone who saw them. If the threat persisted, the spikes would become as sharp as knives, their ice cream melting away as they darkened to a fearsome deep purple, ready to be used as a weapon. Over the years, Feraligatr's unique blend of strength and kindness led to him being named the guardian of the magical forest where he lived. This forest was a wondrous place, a home for an incredible variety of creatures, from common squirrels and birds to mythical unicorns and dragons. The Feraligatr used his powers not only to protect his home, but also to spread kindness to every being he sensed was good. One afternoon, a young man was out for a walk, enjoying the fresh air near his home, when he stumbled upon the entrance to this enchanting forest. Intrigued, he stepped inside, the vibrant colors and strange sounds pulling him deeper. He walked for several minutes, captivated by the magic all around him. When he heard a noise, his instincts told him to be cautious, so he ducked behind a heavy bush, peering through the leaves to see what was there. He saw a beautiful lake sparkling in the sun, and standing near the water's edge was a creature he had never seen before. A stunning pink Feraligatr with ice cream cones on his back. Feraligatr was simply standing there, lost in thought, completely unaware that he was being watched. The young man was completely captivated by this magical Pokemon. And that's where that ended, guys. Give me a second. Alright, guys. As I said, I just sit there intrigued by this Pokemon. I wanted to say something, but was also kind of worried he would attack me. Hello? The pink Feraligatr's head swiveled toward the sound, his movements fluid and graceful. His bright pink ice cream spikes stood tall in his stomach pattern. A soft swirl of pink and white rippled gently. His gaze, usually so powerful, was surprisingly gentle as he locked eyes with you, peering through the leaves of the bush. He took a single slow step forward, a soft rumble escaping his throat that didn't sound threatening at all. It was more like a purr. He didn't seem angry or surprised. Instead, his aura-reading ability immediately sensed their pure intentions, seeing your curiosity and slight fear rather than any malice. He stood still, waiting, the trust in his eyes clear and calm. He knew you weren't a threat, and his peaceful demeanor invited you to come out from your hiding spot. Alright, guys, I said, please don't hurt me. I'm sorry I'm in here. I was just curious. The Feraligatr tilted his head slightly, the pink ice cream on his spikes bobbling with the movement. He let out another soft rumble, this time sounding almost like a sigh of relief. He sat down gently on his haunches, his tail swishing back and forth in the soft grass. He saw the genuine fear and honesty in your aura, and his peaceful expression didn't change at all. He pushed his large head forward a little, not as a threat but as an offering. One of his spikes, a perfect scoop of pink ice cream, began to glow with a soft, warm light. Ice cream detached and floated through the air towards you. What the frick? I didn't know he could do that! I knew he could take them all. I know he could just float in the air. A silent gesture of trust and welcome. He was showing you that you had nothing to fear from him. Oh, that's actually really sweet, though. Alright, guys. I wish it'd give me a little more longer responses, but at least it's actually giving me a pretty good story so far. As I see the ice cream flying toward me. Almost. Whoa! How did you do that? When it comes closer, close enough for me to grab it, I do. I can have this? And you're not angry with me being in here? I love this Feraligatr. The Feraligatr's gentle eyes seemed to twinkle as he watched you take the ice cream. He let out a low, happy rumble, almost like a satisfied sigh. A pattern on his stomach was swirled into an intricate design of hearts and flowers. He didn't speak, but his actions were clear. He shook his head slowly from side to side, indicating that he wasn't angry at all. Then gestured with his head, first toward you and then toward the ice cream in your hand. He wanted you to eat it. It was his way of welcoming you and showing you his trust. As he did this, the air around him seemed to shimmer. You could feel a sense of warmth and peace settling over you. Oh, that's actually very nice. I love this Feraligatr already. So far this is working out, but it really does need to start giving me longer responses because this is ridiculous. I eat the ice cream spike and then it's delicious. Wow, this is amazing. You seem really nice. I officially step out of the bushes and walk a little closer to him. Hi. Thank you for not being angry at me being here. As you take your first bite, a look of pure bliss crosses your face. Feraligatr's eyes crinkle with what looks like a smile as he watches you enjoy his gift. The ice cream is incredibly sweet and refreshing, a taste you've never experienced before. A contented rumble escapes his chest as you step out from behind the bushes and walk closer. He stands up slowly, his movements deliberate and gentle, entire body radiating a sense of calm. He watches you approach, his aura reading ability confirming your pure heart. Pattern on his stomach now shows a playful swirling design of stars and moon crescents, a clear sign of his happiness and trust. He slowly offers his hand. He slowly offers his head to you, a gesture of peace and friendship. He's inviting you to come even closer. Okay, I love this Feraligatr. He's so cute. Alright, guys. I walk a little closer and then say, wait, you look awfully familiar to a point I've seen before. Feraligatr? Feraligatr's gentle eyes blinked slowly as you mentioned his name. He gave a soft knowing nod, confirming your suspicion. He was indeed a Feraligatr, but a very special one. His head tilted again, and he took a few more steps toward you, his massive body moving with an almost silent grace. He looked down at you, his gaze soft and patient as if waiting for you to piece the rest of it together. Alright, guys. It says, you are a Feraligatr? Wow, you look so different to your original species, but also really cool. Why are you pink and look different? The Feraligatr listened intently, his head low as you spoke. He understood your curiosity perfectly. He took a seat on his large haunches once more, his tail gently sweeping the ground. He knew he couldn't speak with words, but he could communicate in his own way. He raised his mighty claw and pointed toward the heavens, a clear gesture toward the sky. Then he slowly brought the claw down and traced a large, arching motion in the air, mimicking something descending. The movement was slow and deliberate, as if to say something came down from above. Next, his head tilted as he looked at the ground, and he raised his claw and pointed at himself, specifically at his pink body and ice cream spikes. Pattern on his belly shifted to a swirling, almost magical design, and his eyes seemed to hold a deep sense of peace. He was trying to explain that a powerful being, a god, had blessed him and changed him. He was a fairy type Feraligatr now, a guardian of this very forest. He was trying to show you that his new appearance was a sign of his unique power and purpose. This is so neat. It's not giving me long responses, but it's actually working out pretty well. I said, wow, that's really cool. I love the toenail line so much. I don't even care that you're pink. You look awesome like that Feraligatr. The Feraligatr's entire body seemed to glow with a gentle warmth at your words. The pattern on his belly shifting once more, this time displaying a series of interlocking, glowing stars, and the pink ice cream on his spikes seemed to shimmer. He let out a low, happy rumble, almost like a purr, and pushed his head forward, his time this time gently nudging your hand. He was showing his gratitude and affection for your kind words. His acceptance of who he was, and your acceptance of him, was a bond he valued deeply. He wanted to show you he considered you a friend. He's so adorable. So, sometimes them not speaking almost makes them more adorable because they flipping just seeing him nudge you, nudge my hand and start loving on me. It's really cute and sweet. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I just gently start petting the Feraligatr. I love it. It says, you're really nice. I didn't expect you to be this friendly. I'm glad that you're super sweet. The Feraligatr leaned into your touch, his massive body trembling with a deep, rumbling purr. He closed his eyes in pure contentment, clearly savoring the gentle strokes. The pattern on his belly shifted to show a single, large, glowing heart, and the pink ice cream on his spike seemed to melt just a little, a sign of his immense happiness. He was a being of immense power, yet in this moment he was as gentle as a kitten, his trust in you complete. He nudged your hand again, a soft invitation for you to continue petting him, his way of showing that he was glad to have met you too. Oh, he's adorable. I don't care how big the Feraligatr is. He could even be 10 feet tall for all I care. He could be 30 feet tall. I still think he's adorable if he's doing this. Alright, guys. I said, you know what? I didn't expect you to be so kind, and you did give me a present, which I didn't expect. So, it may not seem like much, but I reached into my bag and real quickly grabbed a berry. Here, do you want this? The Feraligatr's eyes opened slowly as you reached into your bag, watching your every movement with a soft curiosity. When he pulled out a berry, his ears twitched forward, and a low, happy rumble vibrated in his chest. Power on his belly shifted to a playful series of dancing circles, a sign of his pleasant surprise. He didn't hesitate, gently taking the berry from your hand with a grace that seemed impossible for a creature his size. He ate it in one bite, and a look of pure delight spread across his face. He nudged your hand again, his way of saying, "Thank you." The simple gift meant the world to him, a gesture of friendship and kindness in return for his own. He was truly grateful for your understanding and generosity. I love him. He's sweet as frick. Alright, guys. Here's what happened. Just before I can respond to the Feraligatr, I heard a loud roar right above us. Before I could say anything or react, a massive red dragon came crashing down right next to Feraligatr, and I backed up a bit. Then, to my surprise, the dragon spoke, saying, "Feraligatr, who is this human? Is he trying to hurt you? I'll help protect you if you need it, oh great guardian." Your peace alone with the Feraligatr shattered by a deafening roar from above, where you can even react. A colossal red dragon with fiery eyes and massive wings descended from the sky, landing with a ground-shaking thud right next to the Feraligatr. Dragon's presence is immense, its scales gleaming like polished rubies. You instinctively take a step back, your heart pounding. To your utter surprise, the dragon turns its gaze from the Feraligatr to you, its voice a deep, gravelly rumble that echoes through the forest. "Feraligatr," the dragon growls, its eyes narrowed. "Who is this human? Is he trying to hurt you? I'll help protect you if you need it, oh great guardian." Really enough, it didn't continue past that point. Alright, guys. It says I get really nervous and back up even more, worried about getting attacked. The massive dragon's fiery eyes remain fixated on you, its body tensed and ready for a fight, a clear sign it was prepared to defend its guardian friend. Took a nervous step back, your mind racing with fear. Feraligatr, however, reacted instantly. He let out a loud, firm roar of his own, not one of anger, but one of authority. The roar was so commanding that it immediately caught the dragon's attention, causing it to turn its head toward the Feraligatr, a look of confusion on its face. Feraligatr instantly pushed his head against your shoulder and gave a soft, reassuring rumble. His body language was clear. He told the dragon that you were not a threat and to stand down. The dragon's fiery eyes softened, and it lowered its head, a silent apology in its movement. I understood that its guardian had a new friend and was simply trying to protect them. Air around you, once heavy with tension, calmed, and the dragon looked at you with newfound curiosity. "Oh, give me a second." This is actually pretty cool. I wish the response were a little bit longer. I said, "Please don't attack me. I'm not here to harm anyone. I didn't know there was dragons in here." The dragon's tense posture relaxed as the Feraligatr spoke. Let a low huff of air, a plume of smoke escaping from its nostrils. Looked at the Feraligatr, then back at you. A flicker of apology in its fiery eyes. "My apologies, human," Ryan's deep voice rumbled. "I saw you with our guardian and feared the worst. The forest is full of wonders, and not all who enter have good intentions. We simply seek to protect our home and those we trust. It's my duty to ensure our great guardian remains safe." Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, still a little nervous, I walk a little closer to the dragon. "Okay. I didn't even know there was dragons in here. Did you just call this Feraligatr a guardian?" The dragon's large head lowered, its fiery gaze softening as it took in your genuine surprise and lingering nervousness. "Yes," the dragon rumbled, its deep voice now much gentler. "This Feraligatr, our beloved friend, is the guardian of this forest. He's a truly magnificent and kind soul, blessed with powers beyond our own. He protects all of us here, every creature, from the smallest sprite to the grandest unicorn." Feraligatr next to him let out a soft rumble of agreement, his gaze fixated on you with a look of quiet pride, listening to paw pressing on the dragon's snout in a gesture of shared friendship and respect. Alright, guys. Says, wow, that actually surprises me a little bit more. Not because he is a guardian, but because he was so nice to me. I was worried about approaching him, but he actually didn't attack me. Instead gave me one of those ice creams on his back. The dragon watched you as you spoke, its fiery gaze softening even further. It dipped its massive head slightly, its deep voice rumbling with an understanding that was almost kind of comforting. That's just who he is, Dragon explained. He can see the truth in a person's soul. He doesn't judge by appearances or by the fear they might project. He saw kindness in your heart from the very beginning. Those of us who live here, we've all experienced his compassion. He's the truest and most honest guardian we could ever ask for. A protector who chose to shield us with kindness rather than with force, unless absolutely necessary. That is the way of the great guardian. Wow. Alright, guys. I said, wow, that's really cool. Is that why you let me approach and gave me the ice cream Feraligatr? I didn't know you could sense auras. To be honest, if I knew you were the guardian to begin with, I would have been more worried. You even let me pet you, which I definitely didn't expect. Fragger listened to your words with a serene expression, his pink body radiating a soft, gentle light. He glanced at the dragon, then back at you, a knowing look in his eyes. Jimmy nudged your hand with his head, a silent confirmation that yes, he had sensed your good intention from the start. Power on his belly shifted to a simple, elegant design of interlocking circles, symbolizing a newfound connection. The dragon still a looming presence, but now much calmer, anchored on his behalf. Yes, human. That's precisely why our guardian's ability to sense orders is a gift that protects this entire forest. He knows who to trust, and he knew you were not a threat. It's a rare and beautiful quality, and you are fortunate to have experienced his kindness firsthand. The dragon finished speaking. Fragger raised his massive head and looked at you, his gaze full of warmth and trust. Seemed to be saying that you were an exception, someone he instinctively knew was good. Trust he showed you was not something he gave to just anyone. The fact that he let you pet him was proof of the pureness of your heart. I love this for alligator. Alright guys, I said that's really neat for alligator. But now I'm curious, what do you do to something you don't trust? Fragger's gentle expression shifted slightly, and his eyes took on a serious, focused look. The pattern on his belly, which had been a beautiful design of interlocking circles, changed into a more abstract, swirling pattern of dark pink and light purple. He took a single deliberate step back from you, not out of fear, but to demonstrate a change in his demeanor. The massive red dragon, understanding the question, spoke up in his deep, rumbling voice. He avoids them, the giant explained, a serious tone in his voice. He keeps his distance and tries to stay away. They impress him. They try to harm him or anyone he cares about. That's when you see his true power. It's a terrifying sight, but a necessary one. Fragger himself raised one of his massive claws and pointed at the ground, and a small, non-threatening spark of purple energy flickered from the tip of his spike. It was a clear demonstration of the power he held back, a quiet warning that it was not a force to be trifled with. Oh, shoot. Alright, guys. I said, wow. I'm really glad I didn't experience your bad side. From just that little demonstration that was pretty terrifying. I'm glad you didn't see me as a threat. The familiar serious expression softened immediately, and his spikes returned to their bright, cheerful pink. The swirling dark pattern on his belly faded, replaced by the familiar gentle design of hearts and flowers. He let a low, contented rumble, a sound of rich reassurance. He knew you were not a threat, and he was happy that you weren't afraid of him. The great red dragon, its body still looming, but its demeanor calm, rumbled softly. And we're glad you didn't, human. Our guardian's a kind soul, but his power is immense. It's a true testament to the pureness of your heart that he showed you his good side first. Fragger then nudged your hand again, a gesture of peace and friendship. He had sensed your good intentions from the start, and there was no doubt in his mind that you were a friend. I love him. Alright, guys. I just gently pet the Feraligatr and say, I never have to ask, what is your names, Feraligatr and Dragon? The Feraligatr purred in contentment as you gently patted him, his body radiating a sense of warmth and peace. He looked at you, then at the dragon, and back at you, a knowing look in his eyes. Dragon lowered its head. This was a deep, resonant rumble that seemed to vibrate through the air. We do not have names in the way humans do, Dragon explained. We are simply known as what we are. I am the dragon, and he is the great guardian. Dragon paused and added, if you would like to give him a name, I'm certain he would cherish it. Feraligatr looked at you, his eyes filled with trust and a gentle curiosity, as if he was waiting for you to bestow a name upon it. Bestow a name upon him! And put the word bestow! Oh man, what do I name my fairy type Feraligatr, dude? Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, really? I can choose your name? Okay, I have a good name for you. How about Lux? It means light in a different language. A low rumble, almost like a happy hum, vibrated from the Feraligatr's chest as you spoke the name. He leaned into your touch, his head giving a gentle nod. The pattern on his belly swirled and brightened into a brilliant glowing sun. You understood the meaning of the name Lux and loved it. He likes it. The giant's deep voice rumbled softly. The name fits him. He is a light in this forest, a beacon of hope and kindness. From this day forward, we shall call him Lux. Oh, that's really neat. Alright, guys. I said, well, I really care about you, Lux. Thank you for being super sweet to me again, and I'm glad you loved the berry I gave you. Lux let out a soft rumble of pure joy, leaning his head into your hand. The power on his belly was now a full, radiant sun, a symbol of his happiness. He was truly touched by your... Anyway, guys, here's what it says. Lux let out a soft rumble of pure joy, leaning his head into your hand. The fire on his belly was now a full, radiant sun, symbol of his happiness. He was truly touched by your kindness. He gently nudged your hand again, a silent way of saying, thank you. He truly appreciates your care. Dragon's deep voice rumbled softly. You have a pure heart, human, and a friend, a guardian of this forest. He will never forget your kindness. Give me a second, guys. Alright, guys. I said, well, I really care about him. Are you supposed to be kind of like... Are you supposed to be kind of like the second in command dragon? Kind of like a protector of the guardian? And potentially a helper if he needs help? Because you showed up awfully quickly whenever you saw me with him like you're a guardian of him. The master dragon lowered his head, a soft rumbling chuckle escaping his throat. In a way, yes. His voice is deep and warm. I am his most loyal companion and ally. We all protect him as he protects us. But I'm the one who was with him the most. When he was blessed by Lugia, I swore an oath to be his steadfast protector. He's a great guardian, but even a guardian can't be everywhere at once. I fly high above the forest, keeping watch and ensuring his safety. Dragon paused, his fiery eyes meeting yours. I am his eyes in the sky and his wings on the ground. A faithful companion to our great guardian. It's a title I'm proud to bear. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, do you give the same love to the creatures or humans that the guardian trusts? Like if Lux trusted somebody and cares about them, you would help protect them too if you were nearby? The dragon lowered his massive head, his fiery eyes meeting yours with a solemn and honest gaze. Yeah, he rumbled, his voice a deep and unwavering force. Our guardian's trust is our trust. If he chooses to open his heart to a human or a creature, they become a part of our protected circle. He is the heart of this forest, and his kindness is a beacon that we all follow. If he deems you worthy of his affection and care, then so do I. It'd be my honor to defend you just as I would defend him or any other creature in this forest that he loves. Bond of trust he forms a sacred one, and it's my duty to uphold it. I like him. I like both of them. Alright, guys. I said, that's really cool. I know you don't have a name, but just like I did for Feraligatr, can I give you one? Honestly, it would be cool if you had a name like Blaze or Ruby. Blaze sounds more intimidating, but Ruby describes your color on your body since you are mostly red. The Master Dragon lowered his head, his fiery eyes meeting yours as he considered your words. a deep rumbling sound akin to a low chuckle resonating in his chest. I appreciate your consideration, human, he rumbled. It's a rare honor to be given a name. Both Blaze and Ruby hold a certain truth to my being. Blaze speaks to the fire that burns within me. I protect the flame that defends what is right. Ruby speaks to my color, the very essence of my form. He paused and lifted his head slightly, looking from you to Lux. She was the one that you believe best reflects my heart, not just my strength. He trusted you to make the right decision, just as Lux did. Oh my gosh, this is so neat. Alright, guys. I said, well, the only problem with Ruby is it makes you not sound as terrifying. Yes, you can definitely be kind, but just like you were when you first saw me with Feraligatr, you can be very scary and intimidating when you need to be. Ruby makes it sound like you're not really a threat. Blaze speaks you a bit better. The dragon listened to your reasoning with a thoughtful expression. He looked from you to Lux, a low rumbling sound in his chest. You are right, human, he rumbled. My appearances and my duty demands a name that reflects both my strength and my loyalty. Blaze speaks to the fire that burns within me, the protective flame that I use to defend our forest and those we cherish. He lifted his massive head, his fiery eyes meeting yours with a newfound warmth. Blaze it is. Thank you, human. It's an honor to be given a name by a friend of our great guardian. Okay, guys. Well, no matter what, I gotta go and stop right here. Um, Here's the thing. I gotta do a game mode in literally about 2 minutes, and it's gonna suck. So I'm not gonna do it on camera. I'm not even gonna attempt to do it on camera because it'll stress me out. So I'm done.